if you're a part of a team, it has to be about a lot more than yourself. You can't just be in it for what happens to you. You have to be in it for what happens to the team. And when that's not just lip service, that's really how you feel, then that's how you manage those moments and understand everybody's going to have theirs and everybody has to perform and get what they earn. But if you're an all-in team, then that works to your benefit, and I believe we are, and that's something we talk about a lot.
Time waits for nobody. You have to motivate yourself and others to win each and every day. When you believe you can do it. Hard work, perseverance, and patience will take care of the rest. Are you all in? The autumn chill and changing leaves means one thing in Indiana: basketball season.
It's game day for Ball State men's basketball. Tonight's season opener marks the commencement of year 95 in the program's history and number 3 under head coach James Whitford. And the ball's tossed up into the air. It's batted back by House. Double team comes, kicks out Smith, drives right to the lane. Right-handed floater falls, count the basket plus a foul. And slices to the rim, scoops it with the right hand, and shovels it off the window and in. Dribble from right to left, kick out Gill, right wing 3, and it's down. Ball State is on top 20-18. It's Davis, coast to coast, slices in between a double team, and lays it off the window and in. 5 straight points for the Ball State Cardinals, and it's back to even, 25-25. 1 second to shoot, and the shot does not come in time, and that is how the first half ends. Bradley basketball to open the second half of play. Ball State attacking the other way. Sellers explodes into the front court and finishes with the left hand off the window. He wanted a foul as well. Bradley with the basketball, losing his footing as Okafor and throws it away to Sean Sellers. Ball State with a 2-on-1. Sellers straight to the basket on the right side. He lays it in with the right hand, plus a foul as well. And Ball State takes their largest lead of the night at 44-37. The fans on their feet, clapping their hands, and a rejection at the rim by Von Bray. After 5 straight Bradley points, cuts the lead to 45-42. 3:55 to play. Still a one-possession basketball game. Von Bray, right wing 3. He gets it to go, and we're tied up at 47 apiece. 2.2 seconds to play. 54-53. This is off to the right on his first free throw. Franco House grabs it down the left baseline. He fires it at the buzzer, and it's off to the left. The bench erupts for the Bradley Braves as they escape the Ball State Cardinals by the score of 54-53.
The season opener was a unique homecoming for 7'1" center Nate Wells. Just 6 months earlier, Wells graduated after playing for 4 years at Bradley.
It was the weirdest feeling. It's hard to describe. I think weird is the best word for it. It was just because, you know, when I was leaving there, and I was like, all right, well, that's the last time I was gonna be there. And then you come back, and it was just like mentally, it was just so weird. You have to like reset everything, and then not only when you're back at the place you were at for 4 years before, but you're on the other side. I had people coming up saying hi to me and stuff, so it felt like going back home and stuff like that. So it was good. But it was a weird feeling.
It was very fun and very fortunate for us because we've realized how spoiled we were on how close Peoria is and how far Muncie is. But it was really weird to be cheering for the red team versus the white. I would politely applaud for Bradley, but I would cheer for Ball State.
100 miles northwest of Peoria is Davenport, Iowa, where Wells grew up.
I can remember during like summer, I'd either be in the gym with practice for my high school or AAU, and then besides that, I'd be outdoors at Eastern Park throwing a disc around all the time. And that's what I basically did in high school.
I do remember going over to the Y and playing with him as he got older, and I was pushing on him, and he goes, "I don't want to hurt you." I said, "Push me down, I don't care." And when I realized how strong he had become, I'm like, that was the last time I took him to the Y.
My parents are a big influence on me. You know, growing up, not only them, but also I'm one of 4 kids, so like I'm the 3rd kid, so in the middle, it's kind of a sweet spot. But yeah, my parents, they're a big influence on me. You know, work ethic, and basically if you're gonna do something, do it all the way through, and just don't give up. I was always taller than everybody. 7th grade, I was 6'2", that's already tall. And then end of 8th grade, I was 6'7". So my biggest growth spurt was then, and then by the end of high school, I was 7 foot.
Coach Witt recruited him in a manner that was unprecedented to any other recruitment. I mean, as soon as it was known that Nate was looking to leave Bradley and go someplace else, and it was funny when other coaches would call, Nate said that he could hear the papers, that they were looking through papers and saying, "Oh, you majored in," with a pause, and you're looking forward to doing this. They hadn't taken time
to do any research
on him.
Yeah.
On him. They saw 7-1. Eligible this year. That's what he was a commodity.
You know, he could come here and get his master's degree, something he really wanted. He could provide a valuable role for our team. We knew it was going to be a valuable role. How big it was, you know, the jury's, it's always hard to tell when you're recruiting somebody, but we certainly anticipated and still anticipate him being someone who'll have a big role for us this year, an important role. And it was, I guess I'd call it just a really good fit.
I played the ukulele because my girlfriend's dad, he had a ukulele sitting around at his house, and my first summer when I was at Bradley, my first summer, my freshman year, I didn't have a TV in my dorm, and when we got done with basketball, I was bored out of my mind because I would get done with my schoolwork early, and then I would just sit around like bashing my head against the wall because I was so bored. I went home one weekend, borrowed a guitar, borrowed a ukulele, and I was like, I'm gonna teach myself. So just sat around, taught myself how to play ukulele. Like it because it looks funny on me, and also I like learning new things.
November 16th. The Cardinals were eager to show the Worthen Arena crowd they had made off-season strides, despite a 1-point road setback at Bradley 72 hours earlier.
Home sweet home after a brief trip to Bradley over the weekend. Ball State men's basketball is back in Worthen Arena. House twirls on Muldoon, floats and fires from 10 feet out, and it's through the twine for the opening basket for the Ball State Cardinals. And a high post feed entry goes to Anderson. He backs his way to the basket and floats it up and in with the left hand. Drives with the nail, logo restricted area. Rips a pass right baseline for Wells as the shot clock expires. They can tie here with the 3, cut it to 1 with the 2. Riley, left wing 3. He ties it up from downtown.
The Cardinals having all of the momentum at one point when they were at 14-9, and Eastern Illinois able to flip the switch.
Calhoun can't get it to go with the offensive rebound to Moses, and he tips it back home. The follow by Calhoun, can't get it to go at the buzzer, he tips it home with the right hand on the follow. Bo Calhoun sends Ball State to the locker room with a 36-32 advantage. We're about set for basketball here in the second half. Ball State jumped out to a 4-point lead in the first 20-minute session, 36-32. Franco House, right baseline, backing down on Muldoon, muscles his way to the basket, twirls on Muldoon and lays it in with the right hand. Kiapway, free throw line, Bogo pulls up and drains it with the right-handed floater. Kiapway open from the right wing for three. Francis Kiapway gives Ball State a 10-point lead once more. Anderson, shot clock doesn't reset, inside 10 seconds to play, and he lays it in with the left hand at the front of the rim. Strong, standing here inside Worthen Arena. The clock down to 1 second. It expires, and Ball State is victorious for the first time since January 10th of last season.
Fellas, good win, man. Good win. Really proud of us across the board. And this was probably as much as any we're going to have all season. It was a true team win. It was a true team win. It's not easy to keep practicing your tail off and doing what you're doing and busting your tail, and that's what good teams do. Doesn't always mean you're going to score 15 in the next game or whatever it is you had, but what it does mean is you're an all-in total team guy in there. And I thought, you look at our team, we had contributions from a lot of different guys. We defended well, much like we did in the Bradley game. I thought we closed much better. I thought we had the right mindset, played to win down the stretch.
It felt good, but honestly, you can't get too excited about it. We got 29 more games in the season. It's one win. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. We got a long ways to go. We got a lot of things we need to work on.
A deeper, more talented Ball State team, and the team's newfound commitment to defense finds last year's MAC Freshman of the Year, Sean Sellers, in a different role to start the year.
Our team's a lot deeper this year. I'm not going to do as much as I think I did last year. Just talking on defense, help the team any way I can. If I need to score, I'll try to do that, but the most part, it's just going to be defense. We got a lot of guys that can score. Somebody has an off night, everybody else is going to pick them up.
A year ago, we relied on him to carry an incredibly heavy burden for us. And one of the things that happens at times with really good players is when you add other really good players, they might get a lot better. Maybe they're not relied on as heavily to shoot the ball 18, 19, 20 times a game or 15, 16 like he might have been a year ago, solely because we have more guys that are capable of doing it. But that should be by no signs seen as like Sean's not improving or not getting better. That couldn't be further from the truth.
I'm not really, as vocal as I should be on the court. It's something I've worked out on the offseason. I think I've gotten a lot better at, but something that I need to still improve on. I guess the guys would say that you wouldn't think I wouldn't be that, not as talkative as I am, because I am pretty much in the locker room or anywhere else except for on the court. I'm really improving my defense. I think just be my communication off the ball, being in help side, and defensive rebounding too, blocking out. But I think the main thing for me last year, I struggled, guarding the ball. Guys would try to take me off the bounce a lot. They've done a pretty good job, which is something I'm going to have to continue to work at. Just playing selfless basketball, I think we do that pretty well as a team, and so far we've been pretty successful.
As practice gets tough, and it's going to get tough, finish. Got to be able to go from start to finish. Today and yesterday, huge advantages for us. Let's take full advantage of them, all right? The area we as coaches have to do a better job coaching, and we as a team have to do a better job performing on. When that shot goes up, we cannot have guys running to the rim. We're going to be sitting in that locker room after a game sick to our stomach that we didn't correct it when we had the chance. Got to correct it today. When the shot goes up, you got to be locked in on blocking out, and they're not going to have to block out if we don't offensive rebound. The ball is just a guy runs underneath it, hits his hand, it bounces out to him. That's not the right habit. We got to finish possessions, and right now we're not getting the job done. Good, Bo. Good job crashing, Ryan. Good job crashing. Red with me. I think the best thing we can do to become a better rebounding team is make sure we're rebounding offensively at the highest level, because it's going to force us to block out. But that's an area we have to treat with the seriousness that we have to treat it with, because right now we're not getting the job done in that area. The one thing that has been a good sign, and it's critical that this keeps going as the year goes on, is we've defended very well out of the jump. That's the biggest thing. 1A is we've taken care of the ball. Have purpose in every single thing you do. You win or lose games based on your ability to stay focused in next play.
Junior guard Niall Smith has called 5 different states home, but it's the Brooklyn neighborhood of Flatbush that defined his game.
Growing up in Brooklyn, it's not easy. That's for sure. Especially my neighborhood. It's a very tough neighborhood. Flatbush. A lot of bad things going on. And you got to be able to make it out. And that's why I feel like I'm the person I am today, because of growing up where I grew up.
Brooklyn, New York, the concrete jungle. The place where junior guard Niall Smith crafted his game.
Brooklyn more gritty. Just because of it's being so fast, and you see so much people, different people every time you walk outside. They always say that guys from New York could dribble the ball real well. That's what I always hear. So I take that, because I feel like that's an attribute that I'm really good at. I used to have a little, those little blue homicide balls. We call it homicide balls. I don't know what y'all call it. The little blue bouncy balls. I used to have that in the house. When we was living in Crown Heights, I used to have that dribbling in the house. My mom used to yell at me like, "Stop dribbling the damn ball!" But I used to never listen. And I feel like that right there, dribbling that little ball, helped me a lot with my handle. My mom, she tried real hard with us though. She tried to do her best, and I commend her for that. 4 kids by herself, and one Christmas, all the kids got big toys, different gadgets. And me and my brother got these big old trucks. Like, just that's all we got for that Christmas. And I was just so happy because I ain't never really got enough for Christmas. And we got these expensive trucks. My brother had what you call schizophrenia. He was diagnosed with that at age 20. My brother ended up in a hospital somehow in Miami. And one day he just started flipping out. Like, I want to go home, I want to go home. And the doctors had to calm him down, so I guess their method of calming him down was putting their knee on his throat. And at the time he had food in his mouth, so he couldn't breathe. So while he was on the floor, he's telling him, "I can't breathe, I can't breathe, I can't breathe." But, I mean, I guess they wasn't hearing that. And he died. And it's the first time I'm ever sharing that story. I think about him a whole lot. It's crazy. And sometimes I even kept myself tearing up for real. And I don't feel like that's never gonna change though. I'm always thinking about my brother whether I'm 22 or 39 years old because of the memories we shared.
My name is Niall Smith, 6 feet 1 guard.
Smith has called 5 different states home. He finished his high school career in Orlando before 1 year of prep basketball in Charlotte. He played his first 2 years of college basketball in Texas.
I decided to venture out and try to figure out another home for myself. Coach Whit, you know, he recruited me so hard, and I felt like he was real when he was recruiting me. That was the most important thing to me.
He's a pure point guard. And on top of that, he's a complete team guy, all in, really high character, hard worker, deeply respected by his peers and by his coaching staff. He's had a really big impact on our team.
I feel like I'm definitely a pass-first point guard. I'm always willing to get my teammates involved. Like I said, I'd rather pass the ball and get an assist than a huge bucket. And that's I just been that way ever since I could remember. I just been everywhere, you know, and I feel like it made me a better person, you know, just getting around. It's definitely a culture shock, you know, just being all over the place, but regardless where I am, you know, I'm gonna play them to the best of my ability.
November 28th, in-state rival and mid-major top 25, Valpo is in town.
There's an energy inside this building for an in-state matchup between the 6-1 Valparaiso Crusaders and the 4-2 Ball State Cardinals.
Almost certainly going to be the toughest non-conference team this Ball State Cardinals team will face in the 2015-2016 season.
The ball is up in the air. It's batted back by Fernandez into the hands of Alec Peters. Navigates the left baseline, slides a pass inside on the right block for Fernandez, and he lays it in with the right hand.
Transition basket for Valpo gives them first blood in this ballgame.
Davis front court right for Ball State. Whips it to Calhoun. Right wing three, and he got it all twined. Bo Calhoun on fire from downtown, now 3 of 3 from beyond the arc here in the first half. Backdoor cut for Hammock, spinning on Sellers, up and under move, and lays it in off the window on the left side. Moses sets a screen for Davis. He dances right into the logo, fades away from 15, and it swirls home. Ball State looking to pull off the upset. They lead 29-23 after 20 minutes of basketball as fans applaud their effort here in the first half. Nickerson soars to the cup and stuffs it with 2 hands. Left wing three for Weber, and he splashes it home. And Ball State regains the lead. Peters navigates the left baseline, lays it in with the right hand, and it's down to 2. Peters has taken over. Kills his dribble, fades away from 10 feet out, and it's all net. A nifty move from Trey Moses. Carter kick out, left wing three. Peters, you betcha. He has 28 points. High ball screen comes from Moses. Drives into the lane, dumps it Moses. Right hand layup, he finishes in the face of Fernandez. And Ball State leads by 4. 4 seconds to shoot. Carter, straightaway three for the tie. It's short, and Ball State is knocked off Valparaiso. A signature win for the Ball State Cardinals over a team receiving votes in the AP Top 25.
Here's a team. There's all kinds of different metrics to tell you how good a team is. A team is like real good. Real good. I'm talking about real good. Like right now, if they're in a high major conference, they're in an upper tier of every high major conference they're in. That's how good they are. That is, and you got all kinds of different metrics. The one that I trust the most, I'm just going to put them at about the 22nd best team in the country. Play that Ball State, they took it out. They took it out. Here's what the reason I tell you that. You got to believe in who we are, man. Thing I'm most proud of, first 4 minutes, it was deer in the headlights. Like, can we do this? Can we not do this? And you're standing around watching, and you know what? We played to win. We made plays down the stretch. You know what good teams do? Good teams make plays when it matters. Good teams don't, like, throw it out and be controlled and say, hey, let me, you know, like, let's not make a mistake down the stretch. Good teams play to win. It's what the best teams in the country do. I'm telling you, I don't have to tell you this, we're a lot better. Played through a lot of adversity, man. Fouled out, Bo fouled out. You know, across the board, we were dealing with foul trouble every position. We get this big lead, they come all the way back and roar and screaming, and you know what? We kept answering the bell when it mattered most, man. Got to believe in who we are. Got a chance to be a good team, man. That team we beat out there today, that's no fluke. The team we beat out there is a good team. That's a great win for us. If our culture continues to improve and get better every year, the winning part takes care of itself. It always does. I've been around a lot of great teams, and it always starts there. And you know, the tricky thing about culture, I don't care if you're Duke, Arizona, Ball State, or anyone, it's a constant thing that you're consumed with getting better. I feel like we have a great attitude as a team. Very coachable, work hard every day, good group of kids, and we're a true team. If I tell us we need to work on something, I go to practice and I see us working on it. There's no issues that way, and you know what, if that wasn't in place, we wouldn't be defending well and we wouldn't be taking care of the ball. It all starts with being a true team, and I feel like we're a true team.